Hello everyone, I'm Justin, and for today's video, we're escaping prison. For today's video, I want to talk about a really fun and interesting anime that aired in 2 seasons between 2016 and 17. The concept for this one was really unique, and later on, it developed into a more mainstream shonen concept. So today, we'll be talking about this anime called the Nanbaka. But before we start, here is a fair warning that there will be spoilers ahead for the story, so take that with consideration. And with that said, let's move on with the video. Nanbaka. The story centers around 4 convicts trapped in the most secure prison in the world. No one has ever escaped from this prison, either because of its maze-like corridors, different traps set across the building, or simply because from the sheer power of the guards that protect the prison. Our main group has their names based on their inmate numbers. Uno the gambler, Rock the muscle, Nico the drug addict, and Yugo the master escapist. The world of Nanbaka is nicely built with a good aesthetic. Some places may look run down with cracks in the walls. Some other places look nice and beautiful, but all of them are always sparkling and shiny. The characters all have their own uniqueness. The guards are flamboyant with different hair colors and personalities. And even the prisoners have their own unique qualities, as even though some of them are wearing the generic orange jumpsuit or the black and white striped uniforms, they add their own flair to them, making each of them stand out. The anime starts with the main concept at full throttle. The prisoners trying to escape from prison. And over the next episodes, we see other escape attempts and we are presented to other inmates and prison guards. But as things are starting to look a bit stale, you know what any shonen jump needs, right? Tournament arc! The inmates and prison guards compete against each other to earn prizes, with different battles showing the abilities of each character. I think it is at this point when I was having the most fun with this anime. You have multi-episode stories about group battles, not necessarily through combat, but playing different games, giving us a brief glimpse into what this story could be about. And culminating with the surprise that Yugo has some hidden powers. Later on, the anime developed into something different. Superpowers and ancient Chinese magic were added into the mix. The plot changed to look for a mysterious scientist that put the black shackles on Yugo, and fighting other inmates and prison guards became the norm. And the main characters kind of forgot about escaping prison. I personally think that was a missed opportunity. The first episode was such a good story, and I was hoping the story would focus more into searching for different methods to escape the prison while the guards keep stopping them. But instead, the show changed its focus to more of a shonen approach, of them fighting other prisoners and guards and having some different political struggles to take over the prison. In a sense, I understand why they took that route, since there is a limit on how many ways they could try to escape without the story looking repetitive or simply running out of ideas. But I think that they made the change way too fast, and I believe that there were a few more approaches they could have taken before moving into the shonen side. This main plot is pushed way harder into the second season, with the appearance of the Chinese prison guards and the use of talismans to control people, as well as the stronger usage of superpowers between fighters. I still think that it was a good story, but compared to the first season, it felt a downgrade and sometimes a bit generic. But aside from the main plot, we still had some minor stories and gags that kept the story interesting. Either because of some of the stories that are about other inmates, the personalities of the guards, or my personal favorite, the stoic warden that is feared in the prison, but in secret, she has a crush on Hajime, the main guard of the story. and every time they are together, you can hear her inner monologues. It was so funny. Overall, the story is really good, but I was a bit disappointed that the second season ended in a middle point, in which Yugo saves the prison guards that were trapped and they are about to start their comeback against the Chinese guards. But then, the season ends. I assume they were setting everything up for a third season, but so far since 2017, we haven't even heard anything new. We got an OVA a few months later, but aside from that, nothing. It could be because of the second season was an original net animation, and because of that, it didn't have as much success as the first season. Or it was always a strategy to make the viewers go buy the manga. But it is a bit disappointing that 6 years have passed without any new update. And with the manga recently finished in 2022, I'm hoping that we can get 1 or 2 more seasons so that we can have an end to this story in a good note. Nanbaka is a really fun anime that starts great and becomes a bit generic later on. But I would still recommend it to anyone looking for something a bit different from your typical shonen animes. So if that interests you, please give it a try. And with that said, we come to the conclusion of this anime review. What do you guys think of Nanbaka? Let me know in the comments below. Until then, see you guys next time.